parece bien, vamos a empezar. Bueno, good morning to everyone, particularly to our colleagues coming from China. And buenos días a todos los que estamos aquí, estáis reunidos por venir tan temprano, un lunes que es difícil. Y nada, pues es para mí un placer. I'm going to introduce you in Spanish and then I change to English. So, voy a presentaros a los visitantes que tenemos la conferencia de hoy, el seminario, sobre lo que son las oportunidades y retos de investigación en el tema de agricultura urbana, que para nosotros es una temática bastante desconocida, pero que en China tiene mucho impacto. Pues ellos vienen del Instituto de Agricultura Urbana de la ciudad de Chengdu. Chengdu es la zona donde están en salvajes los osos panda gigantes, y por eso es muy conocida. Es una ciudad que, bueno, son más de 20 millones de habitantes y es una ciudad, digamos, de las muchas que hay en China, o sea que es una ciudad muy habitada y que hay un instituto impresionante del tema de agricultura urbana, muy moderno, y bueno, van a contarnos lo que tienen allí, lo que hacen allí. La presentación la va a hacer el profesor Yang, Qinshan Yang, que es el director del instituto, y con él vienen pues el doctor Xiao Yang, que lo conocéis porque estuvo aquí haciendo parte de su tesis, y luego los doctores Zhang y Song, que también están por aquí de visita, han venido y han estado recorriendo distintas partes de España. Estuvieron en Almería a final de esta semana y después pues han venido aquí a Murcia ya para hablar con nosotros y presentar el interés que tienen en el tema de la agricultura urbana y la colaboración a nivel de lo que son invernaderos y facilidades de este tipo en la agricultura. Y bueno, yo tampoco no tengo mucho más que decir porque la verdad es que no soy un experto en la temática, y nada más que eso, daros las gracias por estar aquí, la bienvenida. Well, I wish to give you a very warm welcome to this institute, to the Cebas. It's an institute with a long tradition in agricultural sciences, and we are very happy to have you here today to give this very interesting seminar. I know that the people is interested in urban agriculture, even if it's not very relevant in this institute, but I think it's very important for us to learn and to know what you are showing us. So welcome, and if you need some more information from the institute or whatever, let me know. Also, we have the vice director here, Vicente Martinez, that will be with us later, and José Antonio Morales, that comes from from Instituto Fomento, or an association related to the Instituto Fomento of Region de Murcia, and then we'll have a conversation about potential collaborations. So I'm happy to give you the floor and start with your presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's my honor to be here and to visit the University of Murcia. And also I want to say thanks very much for Professor Francisco, Thomas, and Maria to invite me to here, because my colleague Dr. Xiao Yang, maybe 6 years ago, he stayed here and as a PhD in your university and your institute. Just like Professor Francisco Tomas introduced me about that, we are from China. Our institute, the name is Institute of Urban Agriculture, Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences. Today I will introduce progress on the controlled environment agriculture in China. I also want to also discuss about the future collaboration with your institute in the plant science and the controlled environment agriculture and others. Firstly, I will introduce our institute and our academy. This shows you that our academy, the name is the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences, founded in 1957. Now we have 34 research institutes in different provinces, 16 provinces and cities. Now, in our academy, nearly 20,000 staffs and students in our academy. My institute, the name is Open Agriculture, also belong to our academy, founded in 2018. Now, we have about 350 researchers and students in our new institute. Maybe you know that that's the kind panda. Our institute in the city, Chengdu city. The panda also in this city is province. Just I told you about that. Our institute, the name is Open Agriculture. Just you know that the urbanization is very, very fast. So we need to research how to use it with the minimum resource to produce much more food for the residents in the city. So we need to do some research on the vertical farming and the user is a resource, maybe organic waste to make the nutrient and others, and also do some research on the optimizing production patterns through factory production, and also do some research on the nutrition, metabolism, and quality improvement. So in our institute, So in our institute, they have 6 research disciplines. One is doing the research on the intelligent horticultural engineering. The other is doing the research on the plant photobiology and vertical farming, functional and ornamental plant cultivation, plant and health, and home health. Valorization of open organic waste and open food policy and planning. This shows you that we have 12 groups in our institute. This shows you the chief science of our 12 research teams. Now I'll introduce some development of control environment agriculture in China. This shows you that in China, especially in winter, for the north of China, the temperature is very low. Sometimes it's -5 degrees to 15 degrees centigrade. But we have much more solar radiation, especially in winter. But if we produce the food in open field, it's very difficult for us. So we need to greenhouse. That show you that use a greenhouse for the produce the vegetable and others in winter. 40 years ago, also in my mind that we haven't enough greenhouse, especially in north of China. In winter, for the residents in North China only depend on rest of the Chinese cabbage, potato, and radish as the main vegetable in the non-winter time. Just show you that. But now, with the controlled environment agriculture, nearly all kinds of fresh vegetable can be produced in the cold winter. In 1981, the vegetable from the controlled environment per capita only 2.5 kilogram. And now we have about 216 kilogram from the controlled environment agriculture. This shows you that the development of controlled environment agriculture in China. Now we have about 400 4 million hectares of greenhouse in China. This shows you the different stage of our development. We have the this shows you the different structures of controlled environment agriculture in China. We have the Chinese solar greenhouse. Show you that. Yeah, this is Chinese solar greenhouse. This is a plastic tunnel, lower tunnels. This is a multi-span greenhouse. Also have some plant factory, also water farming system in China. This shows you that we have about 1 million hectares of Chinese solar greenhouse, more than 3 million hectares of tunnel, and also only have about 54,000 hectares of multi-span greenhouse. We also have about 215 plant factories in China. Just I told you about, I introduced about that. We have much more Chinese solar greenhouse and tunnels in China. This shows you that for different provinces and cities in north of China, for example, Beijing, Shenyang, Yinchuan, and Lhasa. In the winter, it's very cold, but we have much more solar radiation. But if we develop the multi-span greenhouse, just like the window type greenhouse from the Netherlands, we much more energy for heating. It shows you that. So we need to find a way to reduce the fossil fuel consumption. And we need to find what kind of greenhouse is suitable for China. This shows you that the sunlight can go into the greenhouse and release some heat to outside. This for your heating. So we need to get much more solar energy to the greenhouse and release limited heat to outside. And also we reduce the fossil fuel for heating. So we developed the Chinese solar greenhouse. Show you that in the daytime, sunlight can go into the greenhouse and restore the heat to the lost wall and soil. At night, we use some insulation materials to cover the surface of the greenhouse and release the heat from the soil and the wall and those wall. So we needn't any heating system inside of the greenhouse. It show you that the different kind of greenhouse in China, solar greenhouse, low wall and low wall with the brick. It show you the different crops in the Chinese solar greenhouse. You can produce the fruit, vegetable, mushroom, and other flowers and fruit in the greenhouse. But this kind of greenhouse also have some challenges. It shows you that in the winter, because we haven't any heating system, the temperature sometimes is very low, minus maybe 20 degrees centigrade, 5 degrees centigrade. Another one is the LED use efficiency is very low, only about 40%. Just I show you that we need to do some research on this one. Yeah. So we use some much more heat restored in the greenhouse. We use this kind of system. The water barrel, just like that. In the daytime, the solar radiation to the low wall and restore the heat in the water barrel. At night, I release the heat to the greenhouse. This another one is a water tank, water bag. Water bag to restore the heat in the daytime and release the heat to the at night. It shows you that in the daytime we have much more heat in the greenhouse and restore that and transfer the heat to the light and release the heat at night. It shows you that in the daytime we restore the heat with some materials and release the heat at night. It shows you that we on the right, we show you the system in the Chinese solar greenhouse. It shows you that the different system in the greenhouse. The temperature shows you that with use this kind of system, we can improve the temperature inside of the greenhouse at night. Maybe higher the temperature is about 5 to 6 degrees centigrade at night. If the outside temperature is minus 12 degrees centigrade, but inside of the greenhouse is about 17 degrees centigrade. Another research is on that. Because the low wall is very wide, so we need to simplify this kind of greenhouse. They show you that we use some insulation materials for the constructing the low wall. This shows you that it's another greenhouse in China. It's a high tenor, but we do some. We have some system is that we call that energy 7 high tenor. In the daytime, we can use the active heat storage system to restore the heat in a water tank. At night, we release heat from the tank. It shows you that in Beijing, we use this kind of system. High tenor can produce the fruit vegetable in winter. But in winter, the temperature is very low. Just I told you about that. Sometimes minus 15 degrees centigrade. But use this kind of system, cover materials outside and restore the heat in the greenhouse. We can produce the fruit vegetable and the leaf vegetables in the winter. Just I told you about that. The LED use efficiency for the Chinese soil greenhouse is very low, only about 40%. But with use the high tenor, the land use efficiency is about 19%. We also have some multi-sprang greenhouse in China. Just show you that. Also, this is a control environment system in the fan, cooling system, and the heating system, and screen and others. The computer system in the greenhouse. They show you that we do some research on this kind of greenhouse, the innovation. It show you that we use insulation materials to cover the surface and use the active heat storage system in the winter. Now I introduce some cultivation innovation in China. This shows you that we use with a column cultivation. Leaf vegetables cultivate on the column. This shows you that the wall cultivation. On the wall, we use a cultivation system to produce the leaf vegetables on the wall. It shows you that in Chinese soil greenhouse in the tunnel, we use the column cultivation in this kind of greenhouse. This shows you that the vertical pipe cultivation. This shows you that for produce a leaf vegetable with maybe 2 or 3 layers in the greenhouse. Also, we can produce the fruit vegetable for maybe 2 layers. Yeah, this shows you the pepper and the tomato in the greenhouse. Yeah. This is another very interesting cultivation. We call that the fruit vegetable tree. For this kind of fruit tomato tree, we can cultivate for more than 2 years. We can harvest more than 20,000 fruits, maybe about 3,000 kilograms for one plant. This shows you another very interesting cultivation. We call that overground tuber production of sweet potato. Just so you know that normally the sweet potato is underground. But use this kind of system, we can cultivate the sweet potato overground and harvest much more time. For example, maybe 5 to 7 years, maybe more longer. Another research is that we're doing the research on the desert greenhouse. On the right, I show you that we have the same north latitude with Armenia. The north latitude 37 degrees. In our country, we have 2 places. One is in the Shandong province, Shandong city, is the largest greenhouse areas in China. But now we produce the vegetable in another place, in the Xinjiang, is the desert areas. It shows you that we have much more desert areas in Xinjiang. So now we developed the greenhouse in the Xinjiang. It shows you that it's more than maybe 1,000 hectares. 1,000 hectares in these areas. So with this desert area greenhouse, we use some new cultivation system. We show you that we call that SSC. SC show you that SSC is a soiled, rigid substrate embedded cultivation. It shows you that on the right, it can cultivate the fruit vegetable. The another cultivation is that we call that sandwich structure of cultivate substrate. On top is a sand. Between of them is organic fertilizers. On the bottom is clay. So in the desert areas, we use this kind of cultivation system can produce the tomato and other fruit vegetables. It shows you that another resource saving cultivation. We use the sand and other materials for the cultivation materials. We also do some research on the multi-span desert greenhouse. It shows you that in the desert areas. We use the collected CO2 from the air, also collected water from the air, and collected heat from the air. In this kind of greenhouse, we also use the new cultivation system. We call that FBS. It shows you that FBS, fired brick as a substrate. This shows you that use this FBS cultivation system, we can produce the tomato in the desert greenhouse area. Also, I will introduce some vertical farming in China. Now, just you know that because we need to improve the land use efficiency from the open field and the one layers to the multi-layers cultivation. So we need to do some research on how to improve the light use efficiency, use the LED light. It shows you that in different recipes and strategies for the LED light. Also, we find a very interesting result is that we use a green light. This shows you that the spectrum is a single spectrum. Green light also can improve the production and the quality of the vegetable. Far red also can increase the quality and the yield. I show you that. Another one is the UVA also can improve the leaf vegetables yield and quality. Another research on the some nutrient control system. For example, use the cellulite, combine the red LED together can increase the quality of the vegetable. They show you that use the red light and with no nitrogen also can increase the quality. It shows you that use the nutrient solution, different velocity can also can increase the nutrient solution for the plant. Another research is that doing the research on the improving resource, especially labor, use robots for the vertical farming system. It shows you that in our institute, we use 16 robots for the 20 layers of vertical farming system. In this kind of system also can need to improve the environmental uniformity. In this context, use the CFD and modeling and the pipeline ventilation system control the environment uniformity from the 5 degrees centigrade to 1.5 degrees centigrade. This is a very interesting research on the curve breeding, speed breeding in vertical farming system. In the open field, if you do some research on the breeding, it's much more time, sometimes maybe more than 10 years. But in the vertical farming system, we produce the crop can shorten the period. For example, for the rice, from the 120 days to 60 days. This show you the different crop. We can shorten the period to 50%. For example, the wheat from the 180 days to 65 days. Soybean from the 108 days to 53 days. So it's very useful for the high speed breeding. Maybe in the future, we use kind of system, vertical farming system, can establish new crop breeding. Yeah, maybe from the 8 to 10 years to 5 years, maybe. That's why I introduce some cooperation, maybe use with your university and your institute. Now we have much more collaboration, for example, with FAO and other. Maybe you know, Mr. Chu is now the president of the FAO. Yeah, she also formerly is my colleague. Also, we have much more collaboration with the different countries, for maybe more than 18 countries. This picture show you that 5 years ago I been in Romania. We have a lab, collaboration lab in Romania. Also, we have different. Maybe in the future we have now I have some cooperation with different countries in Europe. Yeah, maybe in Spain and other. Formally, we have some collaboration with Professor Francisco Thomas and 5 years ago we in Shanghai we have have the seminar and the talk, and also we publish the same papers together. So in the future, maybe we need to find some collaborate together, maybe in the more areas. Firstly, we need to do, maybe in the future we can apply for the joint application of projects. Yeah, it show you that for the greenhouse technology, vertical farming technology, pre-harvest management, and vegetable quality and its health benefits. Also, we can have some international joint, establish the international joint lab, China, European countries joint lab project, maybe vegetable quality and safety, control environment, agriculture, and others. Also, we can have some collaboration on the joint training project, joint training of students, and regular staff visit. Yeah, maybe some researchers, students visit our institute. Also, our institute and staffs can visit here for short time or for the PhD and others. So, in the future, maybe we have much more collaborations together. So, thank you. It's my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your very interesting presentation with a lot of new information for me. And I think it's very exciting to see what you are doing already in China. My goodness, it's a very advanced technology in the control environment. But I think this is very important, particularly with the climate change. Now we have to adapt to the climatic conditions, and this control environment could be very useful in order to fight and to produce the food security for everyone. That's important. So, is there questions from the audience for Professor Young? Federico.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for your seminar. Very interesting, very different than the work we develop here in Murcia, in Spain. I have seen a lot of vegetables in your slides, but you know that here there are some groups that work with fruits, peaches, plums, almonds. I have not seen any tree in your slide. Have you some trial? Have you some work with fruit trees in this sense?
Yeah, it's a very good questions. Because the fruit, the economic benefit is higher than the vegetable in China. Also in China, in north, just I told you about that. In China, north of China, in the winter is very cold. We only produce the fruit maybe, especially in winter in the tropical areas. But now we also use the greenhouse, produce the fruit in the greenhouse. For example, the cherry, blueberry, and the strawberry, and many. I just show you that in Chinese soil greenhouse and other greenhouse. But so for the fruit in the greenhouse is different from the vegetables. So maybe you need to control the environment and use the soil lease cultivation or soil cultivation, and some nutrient give to the fruits. I only do the research on the greenhouse, but I don't know have enough knowledge on the fruits. But in my mind, in China, we now much more greenhouse to produce the fruit now. Just I show you that in the desert greenhouse this year, we produce the cherry and other fruit, maybe peach and others in the greenhouse. So I think the greenhouse to produce the fruit is very important, and there maybe can get good benefit, economic benefit. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for the presentation. One of the areas of interest, at least in our institute,
Yeah.
There's other groups working more
Yeah.
on nutrients needed for the crops. But in our department, particularly in my group, we work on the interests of control environmental agriculture and food safety.
Yeah.
Because, all those facilities are very difficult to clean and maintain because
Yeah.
they are very automatic control, but from the food safety aspect, my question is, there's also interest in your institute about this research area, food safety,
Yeah.
particularly the presence of pathogen that can be transferred from one part to another.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. Yeah, maybe in the future, maybe we can find some opportunity to collaborate together. For the food safety is very important for the greenhouse, for the control environment system. Now, because the control environment system, they have much more maybe use much more chemistries for the plant inside of the greenhouse. So we need some new way to control the use pesticide and others. Yeah. So one way is we need to how to control the environment of the greenhouse. There. Another way is use some new way to keep much more safety food in the greenhouse. So maybe it's now I mean that is maybe in the future is a new way. Maybe we need to find some collaborate project together. Yeah. Thank you.
For sure. Thank you.
Somebody else?
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. I would like to ask you several questions.
Yeah, thank you.
The first one is, what do you think is the costs of production, the main factor that limit to comparing with the open field cultivation here in vertical farming? What do you think is the energy, water, main labor?
Yeah. Thank you for the question. Is in my mind the cultivation way maybe have 4 ways with the open field, greenhouse, vertical farming. Maybe in the future is a vertical farm, vertical building. A different way, the need different maybe input. The open field is easy, sunlight and rainfall. Greenhouse maybe use greenhouse and cultivations. Maybe for the greenhouse, the cost input is higher in the open field. Water farming system also higher in the greenhouse. The water farming is higher. But for the different way, maybe have the production is different. But now in China, we also introduced about that. Maybe it's production from the greenhouse, maybe quality is higher than the open field, maybe. The yield and quality is higher. For the water farming system is the same. So just you talked about that, we need much more cost for example, energy and others. Yeah. but we get much more higher the yield and quality. So maybe the benefit can get some benefit. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Another question is asks about your opinion about hydroponics versus soilless culture using substrate or different kind of substrates. Why do you think we continue using substrate as the more important growth or cultivar technique instead of hydroponics? This is dangerous, this high risk, or what do you think don't use a more hydroponic system?
Oh, yeah. In China, we only about 1% of the cultivation system use the hydroponics soil cultivation system. But for the hydroponics and soil cultivation, I use substrate system. Maybe is the developed directions. I think so. I think that, but their system, hydroponics and the soil cultivation, is much more cost to improve. But it can maybe can control the nutrient and the irrigations and others, and also can get much more higher yield quality maybe. So I think this is a developed direction of in the future. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, congratulations for your speech. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I would like to ask you, well, I was in China my first time in 1995.
1995?
Yeah.
Which city?
Ningbo.
Ningbo, oh yeah,
Well,
Zhejiang province.
Ningbo, Kunming, Shanghai, Beijing, Lanzhou, many different places.
Yeah.
And we were doing greenhouses projects from Spain in China.
Yeah.
And in these almost 30 years, I have seen a huge development of agriculture in China.
Yeah.
All kind of systems.
Yeah.
The same I have seen in other countries, like for instance Saudi Arabia or United Arab Emirates or different countries.
Yeah.
Because they are looking for mainly his independence, food independence, to be food independence from other countries. No?
Yeah.
In China, do you know more or less how much could be the independence of the food? How much production of his own food is produced now in China? If in the future you think that other countries or China, for instance, could be able to produce 100% of his own food using the different technologies, greenhouses, vertical farming.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be possible for China to produce 100% his food? And which percentage could be in greenhouses and vertical farming?
Yeah. Just I show you in my slides about that. We now have much more greenhouse in China. Why? Because in China is a very large country and the different climate conditions in our country. Just I show you about that. In the winter, in north of China, the temperature is very low. So if you produce the vegetables, we need to develop the greenhouse. So in the future, in China, we need to develop the greenhouse and the vertical farming system in the future. But what kind of greenhouse is suitable for China? Maybe have the different ideas about that. Because we now in China we have much more greenhouse from the Netherlands, winter type greenhouse. Also imported some girls from the Spain. Yeah, but in the China, if we develop the greenhouse in the future, we need to we need to develop the 7 energy greenhouse, because we have much more energy to improve, and the cost is very high. So in the future, maybe I mean that we also need to develop the greenhouse, multi-spring greenhouse, but this kind of greenhouse we need much more technology to for the saving energy. Yeah, vertical farming developed very quickly in China because with the urbanization in the city, some people need to some very high quality of vegetables. So we need to develop some vertical farming system in the larger cities. Another reason is that we need to develop the vertical farming system. Now some vertical farming system produce fruit wet fruit, for example, strawberry. Because in China we only harvest the strawberry is from the December to the next year's April, only 3 or 4 months. But if you need to harvest the strawberry for whole years, open field and greenhouse cannot made the lead. So we need to develop the vertical farming system for whole years the products. Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions? No comments? No, I think. Well, I think it's about time to end the seminar. We've been here for close to an hour, and but I'm really I must say that I'm impressed by the developments that could be done in the future.
Yeah.
In order to try to get what you have mentioned about the sovereignty of the countries to produce all the food they need.
Yeah.
So the question is the energy.
Yeah.
And the water.
Yeah.
Because not all the countries have the energy or the waters, and sometimes in some places it's not that easy, but in some areas it's going to be very feasible.
Yeah.
In some places that they have a lot of water, they have sun, even if the temperature is low at night, like in the desert they don't have water, but but in other places they do have, like you have in the northern China. So it's a new view of production. So we have to be probably adapted to produce products in different areas that we were not used to produce. I recently read in the newspaper that in the UK they are producing now wine because of the climate change. They can grow grapes, and they're starting. I don't know about the quality, but they are doing already. So everything is changing. So we have to adapt, and and I like the distribution of your departments in your institute in urban agriculture.
Yes.
But I mean, urban agriculture is something that in Spain is almost non-developed. Apart from the orange trees that we have in the towns, like here, or the moros, las moreras que tenemos, that we have in Murcia. Urban agriculture, we have small plots for renting, and you can grow your vegetables, but it's something like a hobby, not a real production. But I think, do you think in the future urban agriculture is going to be something very important to produce in the towns?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be?
Yeah. It's our research project about that. Urban agriculture, in my mind, the two ways is very important. Is that just to show you that in the open areas, the short of land, labor, energy, water, and others. So for the open agriculture, we need to develop the 7 energy, water, and land technology in the city. So we need to develop the vertical farming system and the industrialize the agriculture, the 7 energy, labor, and the land. So for our institute, the vertical farming system, I just show you that 20 layers of the vertical farming system have the land use efficiency is higher than the open field about 120 times. It's one way. It's in the open areas to develop that kind of vertical farming system, and also to use some land in the cities for in the home, in the open, in the top building and under building and others, to produce the food maybe. The one way. Another way, just to show you that for leisure, is for the agriculture, one way is to produce the food. Maybe another way is for the leisure. So we need to find a way how to let the citizen in the city to do some agriculture things. Now, for our institute, every weekend, have much more students to visit our institute. I teach them to learn how to plant vegetables and others. So also in the countryside, have many gardens, agricultural gardens. They can visit some greenhouse, hydroponic system, and fruit tomato tree, and and overground the sweet potato and other very interesting things, and join some planting, and have lunch together, and play some things in the garden. Also, some citizens in the city also visit the garden. So I think that maybe for the open agriculture will be two ways. One is produce the food, other for the leisure. But need to find good idea for the design. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your answer, for your very nice presentation. I think we can close now the seminar. And well, thank you very much for your visit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Welcome to visit China with our institute. Especially in Chengdu city. It's a very beautiful city, and the delicious food and others.
Well, thank you very much. We will visit for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.